So, welcome to all the BSc second year students. Today we are going to discuss structure of ecosystem. In the last class we have discussed the definition of ecosystem, kinds of ecosystem, the overall bits which are mentioned in this chapter, that is ecosystem. What are the things they have mentioned for our syllabus? In the last class we have seen the definition of ecosystem and kinds of ecosystem. In kinds of ecosystem, there are mainly two types of ecosystems are found on earth, that is natural ecosystem and artificial ecosystem. In natural ecosystem, again there is a marine ecosystem, then terrestrial ecosystem. In terrestrial ecosystem, that is grassland ecosystem, field ecosystem, then forest ecosystem. Again in forest ecosystem, there are different kinds of ecosystems were observed. In marine ecosystem, that is, there are different types of ecosystems are again. So these are the kinds of ecosystem, that is natural and artificial. So the artificial ecosystem is, that is a man-made, for example, a small bowl is there that also act as a artificial ecosystem. There is a cities, development of cities, that also act as an artificial ecosystem. Artificial, that is a man-made ecosystems are known as artificial ecosystem. Artificial ecosystem. So these things we have studied in the last class. Today we are going to discuss structure of ecosystem. So structurally there are two important components of ecosystem. There are two important components of ecosystem, that is abiotic components. Another one is biotic components. Abiotic components and biotic components. Abiotic components and biotic components. So these are the two major components of ecosystem from which it is made up of. Abiotic components, the name itself indicates that a non-living things of each and every ecosystem act as a abiotic components. So this is also consists of physical components and chemical components. Abiotic components also consist of physical components and chemical components. While discussing the physical components, that is light, temperature, air, soils, so these comes under physical components, and chemical components, that is organic and inorganic elements which are present in the ecosystem, so they are act as a chemical components. So these inorganic elements, that is nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium, calcium, nitrogen, all these inorganic components are act as a important source of all the biotic components, while growth and development of biotic components. So these inorganic elements and organic elements plays a very, very important role. It is a very, very important role. For example, nitrogen is a abiotic component. How it is helpful for the growth and development of biotic components, that is producers are the plants. So these producers requires these inorganic elements, nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium, calcium, etc. Nitrogen is a major source for the formation of proteins, amino acids, etc. So phosphorus, then nucleic acids are also made up of from nitrogen. So directly or indirectly, these inorganic elements plays an important role for the growth and development of biotic components. So while writing the biotic components, first you have to write down physical components, that is temperature. So the temperature, how the temperature plays an important role during the proper growth and development of each and every ecosystem. For particular in ecosystem, what is the role of temperature? For example, the activation of any enzymes or any biochemical reactions that requires optimum temperature. So likewise, temperature, light, air, humidity. So these plays the respective role for the growth and development of biotic component as well as a particular ecosystem. So you have to be here, write down one by one, that is temperature, light, air, water, soil. So these are the things you have to be write in physical components of abiotic components. Then chemical components. While writing the chemical components, you have to be discuss a slight brief description, a brief role of each and every inorganic elements and organic elements in a particular ecosystem. So you have to be discuss all these things in abiotic components. While discussing the biotic components, every living units or every living things of in a ecosystem, every living components in a particular ecosystem act as a biotic components. So these biotic components includes plants, animals and microorganisms. Plants, animals, insect, microorganisms. So each and every living components of in a particular ecosystem comes under biotic components. So on the basis of their role in particular ecosystem, they are considered as a producers, consumers. The producers, consumers, in consumers again, primary consumers, secondary consumers, tertiary consumers, and bacteria, which is act as a detritus, or they also act as a scavengers, which are mainly responsible for in particular ecosystem. So these are the, while explaining what are these primary producers or autotrophs. For example, you have to consider a pond ecosystem. In pond ecosystem, at the base of every pond ecosystem, the plants, the small plants, which act as a producers. They produces food material in the form of carbohydrates and proteins by using physical components, that is light, temperature, water and carbon dioxide. The producers, so they are act as autotrophs. Autotrophs means those organisms which produces their own food. They are known as autotrophs. So, for example, in pond ecosystem or in a river ecosystem, plants which are growing that particular ecosystem act as a producers, and they are also known as autotrophs because they produce their own food and also they utilize and they also provide to the organisms which are dependent on them. So the consumers means which are dependent directly or indirectly on producers are known as consumers. The consumers may be insect, birds, reptiles, animals, microorganisms, and human beings also act as a consumers. So consumers are again divided into 3 to 4 types. The primary consumers. The primary consumers means organisms which are directly dependent on producers, So For example, animals. There are animals. There are deer is there. Then rabbit is there. So these are directly dependent on producers, or they are also known as herbivores. Herbivores means they eat only plants. They are known as herbivores. So they are known as primary consumers. Now the secondary consumers means the organisms which are dependent on both primary consumers and producers. They are known as secondary consumers. And third one is tertiary consumers. Tertiary consumers means the tertiary consumers, they are also known as carnivores and omnivores. The carnivores means the organisms which eats only living organisms. Omnivores means those organisms which eats both herbivores, that is plants, and as well as animals. For example, human beings as omnivores. So while describing the biotic components, they have to be described one by one. It is